Welcome to another RSR. Today, this morning, we're reviewing Bahrain 1, Japan 3 in the 2024 AFC Asian Cup. Round of 16, Japan have won. They will go play Iran or Syria in the quarterfinals on February 3rd. Japan, all 4 goals came off a Japanese player, I can tell you that much. But Japan had a pretty good game. They had a pretty good game. Not a perfect one, thanks to that other 4th goal that came off a Japanese player. But in the end, Japan did what they had to do. They got the win. They played well. Hopefully they push this into the quarterfinals. Hopefully this wasn't just they played Bahrain, so they played well. Hopefully this is more of a they just started to wake up moment. With that being said, goals are scored as follows. In the 31st minute, Rizudon scores. Ball shot at the goal. Falls down. Rebound falls to Rizudon. He pops it past the keeper to make it 1-0. 0-1 Japan, and that's the way we go into half. But Japan were dominating throughout that first half. And they should have easily been up 2 or 3. They were dominating the possession. They were dominating the shots. They were dominating every stat, honestly, throughout the game, but in the first half as well. Should have been more than 1 goal for Japan, but in the end, they still go to the half 1-0 up. And then, as the game goes, Takefusa Kubo scores in the 49th minute. Ball's played to him by a defender. He taps it in to the far side of the net to make it 0-2. They check it on VAR because he's way offside, but again, they see what I saw instantly. The defender played it to him. He's onside. Goal. 0-2 Japan. Goals allowed. Kubo scores. Own goal in the 64th minute by Ayase Ueda, the striker, on a corner or across into the box. Across into the box. Zion Suzuki comes and catches it. So this is not on Zion Suzuki for 1 minute. Ayase Ueda jumps up and tries to head the ball away while it's in the hands of Zion Suzuki, and it bounds into the net and fumbles into the net. Goal for Bahrain, 1-2 in the 64th minute. Now, Ueda was offside barely almost every run he made up to this point, and then he chooses to basically say, you know what, I don't trust you, Zion. You're raw. You're young. I'm going to try to make sure this doesn't become a goal. And it's a goal because of that. Like, Zion Suzuki is raw. Yes. Has he been horrible? I wouldn't say horrible, but he's made a lot of horrible mistakes as a keeper. A young keeper in an Asian Cup, giving him his first run out during a confederational title. But in the end, you don't do that. You don't do that to Gigi Buffon. You don't do that to a keeper worth his salt. Suzuki had the ball in his hands. Ueda's the guy who's like, you know what, I'm just going to make sure. And he causes the situation to get worse. He made it what he didn't want it to be because he headed the damn ball out of his hands. This is not on Suzuki. I don't care. Yes, he's raw. This mistake's not on him. This is the one that's not on him. He should be pissed off at Ueda. But, hey, at least in the 72nd minute, Ayase Ueda's onside. He beats the defenders. He nutmegs the keeper. Makes it 1-3, so he gets it back to the 2-goal lead for Japan. 1-3 in the 72nd minute, and that's the way it would end. Ueda, at least, of course, gives Japan back the goal that he basically cost them. So it's a 2-goal lead because of him. It was a 1-goal lead, then a 2-goal lead because of him. But hey, at least it ends up being a 2-goal lead. So hey, at least he paid it back, right? Full time, 1-3. Stats are as follows. 7 shots to 13. 2 shots on goal to 5. 47% possession. 53% possession. 449 passes to 518. 77% pass accuracy to 81. 5 fouls to 14. 3 offside to 3. 2 yellow cards to 1. 0 red cards to 0. 1 corner to 7. Japan were the better team by far, okay? That's not a question. Japan were the better team by far in this game. There's no question about it whatsoever. Japan were better. They were stronger. They were tougher. They wanted this more. They looked more like their World Cup selves than their group stage self. They looked better. They looked more like I expected them to look. Now, again, is that, oh, they played Bahrain. Of course they look better. Or is that, oh, Japan started to wake up because 1, it's the knockout stage. 2, it's a game they could easily wake up in. 3, sort of like that. Like, did they actually wake up, or were they sleepwalking where you thought, hey, you know what, I think they're awake, but they're still asleep. Like, there's nothing in their eyes, but their eyes are open and they're walking pretty normally, but there's nothing in their brain. There's nothing in their eyes. They're doing what they need to do. Was it that, or was it, did they wake up? And that's the question that I have is, did Japan wake up? Did Japan truly wake up? I say the way they played, even though Ueda did give away a goal, I say they did. I say they did. I think this was Japan's best performance of the tournament so far. It really was. They never got behind. They never let Bahrain actually take a shot and challenge them. The only thing they got challenged on was an idiotic mistake, which wasn't even Zion Suzuki's fault this time. Like, it was a cross that got fumbled in. It wasn't even really a shot. Like, it wasn't like the Vietnam game where Vietnam got 2 great goals. It wasn't like the Iraq game where Iraq got 2 great header goals. It's not like a game like the Indonesia game where they struggled. No. Japan did what they were supposed to do in this game. Even if it was a questionable scoreline, 3-1, that first half they could have scored 3 goals. That second half they honestly could have scored 3 more. It should have been 6-0. But in the end, I'll take 3-1. I think there's a lot of improvement by Japan in this game. I think Japan improved. I think they look more like the Japan we expected to see in this tournament. And I think in the end, I think this is a good result. I think this, of course it is, they're going to the quarterfinals, but I think this is something they can build off of in the knockout stage. I mean, their hardest challenge in this side of the bracket is either Iran or Syria. Qatar's not as good as they were back in 2019. Japan should still beat them, even if they're struggling. Iran, Syria is not too shabby, and Iran is a really good team. If Japan gets past that, they should be in the final. I really think so. Uzbekistan as well. If they shock Qatar, I still don't think they shock Japan. So the question is, okay, so Japan wins a quarterfinal, they go to the final. Then when that happens, it's pretty much, well, it all is any given Sunday, but you get my point. Japan is playing well. They played well today. If they keep doing this, they'll win this tournament. And I think they will. I think this was not just a one-off. They got a really good draw, a really lucky draw, and it made them look better. No, I think this was they took their opportunity. They seized their opportunity. They realized the group stage was a little bit lackadaisical. Yeah, they started off pretty discombobulated, but they calmed down. They had that mistake, but you know what? Overall, I think Japan did what they had to do. They were really good, and they played the way they were supposed to, and the way we expected them to. Like, I don't think they're going to backslide because they're playing Syria or Iran, or if they beat them, or when they beat, well, let's go with if they beat them, they play Qatar or Uzbekistan. I don't think they backslide there either. Now, Australia, that's a different story. That'd be a different story. I mean, that's possible. But, again, I like the way Japan played today. I really do. I'm very proud of them. Yeah, the own goal was sad. That pissed me off. I mean, who wouldn't it piss off? But, you know what? I think Japan did exactly what they needed to do. They're going on to the quarterfinals. Bahrain put up a somewhat good fight. Never really got a shot, but they put up somewhat a good fight. Somewhat of a good fight. Give it to them, you know. give it to them. But with that being said, congratulations to Japan. Commiserations to Bahrain. Japan moves on. We keep on covering the Asian Cup. On the 3rd, we'll cover the quarterfinal. Japan versus Syria or Iran. We'll cover that. So, we move. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification when subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. But it's a play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you tomorrow in 2 cases. Well, later today, if you're a Dynasty star, I will have Run It Back out for your viewing pleasure if you're a Dynasty star. Then tomorrow in the morning, I will have the month ahead for February out. Tomorrow, for everybody else, I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review tomorrow afternoon of Al Nassr versus Inter Miami CF, of course. And we will review that as well. So then I'll have a day off on the 2nd. Then I cover the Japan game. With that being said, I'll see all of you tomorrow, and I'll see my Dynasty stars later today. There you go. I'm Ron, and I'm out. Peace. See you later.